Okay, my name is Laurel Cornell. I'm the chair of the Tree Commission here in the city of Bloomington, Indiana. And we decided to make this video about this beautiful white oak tree here because unfortunately we're going to have to take it down. And a number of citizens have come to our various meetings and talked to the urban forester about, well, this tree, it's a beautiful, glorious tree. It has a historic role in our community. We've seen it around for a long time. It was in front of the old school, old high school. Why are you taking down such a large tree? So we thought that we would make this video in order to really tell people why we feel it's necessary to take it down.
Tell us a little about your background with trees.
Okay, I'm currently a board-certified master arborist and tree risk assessment qualified by the International Society of Arboriculture. I also own a local tree healthcare business, so basically a local tree doctor.
Okay, can you tell us a little about this oak tree and how old it is?
Yeah, this tree is, as you can see, quite a large specimen. It measures about 60 inches in diameter. That's 5 feet at breast height, so 4 feet above the ground. It's over 105 feet tall. Canopy spread is about equal to that, about 105 feet. So based on best guesses, we tend to think of oak trees in this area expanding their trunk diameter roughly 1/3 of an inch per year. So maybe 180 years old.
So this tree looks pretty normal to me. What is wrong with it? What makes it so hazardous?
Well, it's not simply a matter of old age, as you might guess. I mean, it's 180 years old. This species can often live maybe twice that long, maybe even longer with the right care. Unfortunately, this particular tree at the base has developed root rot, and that's sort of the structure or the foundation for the tree to stay in the ground. And when that becomes significantly weakened, like it has in this case, the tree poses a risk to fall over, so whole tree failure. Well, if it fell down from the base and being 105 feet tall, good chance it would land right in that intersection over there of 2nd Street. As you can see, it's a very highly trafficked area, and both lanes would be impacted. Here's an example of rotten sounding tissue.
So this root rot you mentioned earlier, what caused it?
Well, it's a naturally occurring soil-borne pathogen. However, it usually enters wounds in the tree, so damaged root systems. Unfortunately, about 15 years ago, when we added the patio to the park here, a lot of the land development practices for protection of trees weren't really observed or weren't well known at that time, at least not in this community. So heavy vehicular traffic came right through this area, right over the tree's root system, with heavy equipment like bulldozers and dump trucks and cement trucks, and those damaged the root system.
What about this tree? Is there really no way to save it?
I mean, you know, theoretically, you could get engineers to come up with some sort of massive support structure to try to hold it in place, but just remember, it's rotten at the bottom, so it's likely to fall over. So something is going to be beyond the cost this community really has in its coffers to bear.
We do have a good urban utilization of our waste wood trees. Majority of the trees that we do remove are hazardous. They'll be part of this tree that will not be usable due to the sound conditioning of it, but we have used some wood for lumber and to use in various products. We're in the process of talking to various artisans to look at different uses of the oak in this of this tree.
Much of the wood gets reused into furniture for the city. Sometimes in the case of something like this, possibly even flooring. Historical mementos and commemorative pieces from local woodworkers, and then we'll also much of the bark and small brush can be put into mulch to use in local community landscaping. They've even collected acorns from this tree to plant seedlings from the heritage tree.
So even after this heritage tree passes on, it will continue to benefit the community with resources and education. Perhaps the most important service this tree will provide to the community is the important lesson that its demise was 100% preventable. Ultimately, this great oak gives us the following testimony. Adopt and enforce up-to-date tree management and protection policy within the city of Bloomington, or plan to lose more of your heritage trees.